Okay, so we know that we don't want to go and talk to, say, 70,000 people and then try to sell to only maybe 700 people there, right? So this means you have to talk to a lot of people, you have to spend a lot of time, and then gradually you are reducing. This is the traditional funnel approach. The question is, why not we flip the funnel? That is, instead of going and talking to all the 70,000 people, maybe we talk only to 200 people. Those 200 people will kind of introduce us to 300 other potential customers, and they will kind of give little more leads, and then we gradually start selling, and we will be able to develop a much bigger set of people that we are interacting with. This is what we call flipping the funnel. Okay, now here is a nice video clip over here. Let's quickly watch it and then go from there.
The only reason we're in business is because of our customers. So why don't we better serve them? Hence the idea of customer service or servicing customers. If we treat them well and better, and actually not just do that in a defensive or tactical or flat manner, but actually offensively, proactively, not reactively, but proactively, if we can actually harness the power of our customer base and better connect with them and better move them through a new funnel, which I call the flip funnel, not only are they going to keep coming back and buy more and spend more money, but they're actually going to tell other people. They're going to evangelize and become ambassadors on behalf of the brand. And we can actually grow the business from the inside out. We can actually demonstrate how retention as a strategic driver, customer service, customer experience, can become the new acquisition. And by doing that, we grow the business whilst essentially halving or at least decreasing our reliance on paid media, even on earned media, even on owned media. So that's kind of cool. Grow the business whilst actually reducing our marketing budget.
So here, as you can see here, flipping the funnel is all about reducing expenses and going from what we already have and gradually expanding our network. Okay, so here the network is like this, so that we are flipping the funnel. And that is something that you should seriously consider. And how can you flip the funnel? By doing all these 10 different things that we saw in the last video. Can really help you do that. Okay, now you also have to know that there are a whole bunch of online databases and directories available for prospecting. Now I showed you only one, which is that hoovers.com, but the book provides a lot, and in fact Ohio State University has subscribed to many of these databases. So we will be doing some exercises in the class as well as interactions over the online media so that you know how to make use of them. For instance, there is this website called infousa.com. When you click on that, I have to click on this like this, then it takes you to this website. There you will be able to identify say various potential businesses that you can sell to, or maybe individual customers that can buy cars and things like that, and various kinds of things. So let's click on consumer lists, and it tells okay what type of consumer list you want. If you are selling some kind of moving services, or you are selling blinds for the windows, you can simply click on the new movers list. Otherwise, affluent households, let's say you are selling some kind of lawn gardening services for very affluent households. So there are some lists that are already present, and you can do that. Otherwise, you can click on all the available lists and you can find a whole bunch of lists. So you can find a list of churches, dentists, doctors, and then even farms. So let's click on the farm list, and it says you can target farmers and ranchers with the farm marketing lists, and it gives you information on crops, number of acres, herd, livestock, irrigation, whether it is corporation or family owned, and more information. Similarly, geography. The point is you will be able to get a lot of information if you know where to look. When you become salespeople, when you join a company, let us say Centerra Co-op or some other company such as ADM or Cargill, they will have their own list of potential customers that you need to contact. Okay. Now there is another website called dialogue.com. I don't have much experience going there, but you can go and take a look at that. And here is another link where you can learn more about how to use the business journals for your prospecting. Hoovers I already mentioned and showed you how you can do that. Now, when you leave the college and go else outside, then you may not have access to them. Okay, when you're in Ohio State, they are available for free. Maybe outside it, they may not be free, so just be aware of it. You may have to pay for it, or maybe you can become a member of your local library. Public libraries have access to something called Reference USA, and it's not here. I will probably show it to you. Net Advantage is another website under Standard & Poor's. $1 million database. This is a very good database. It has a lot of tips for salespeople, how they should prepare for say sales presentations and things like that. Prospector is another database. Mergent Online, Directory of Corporate Affiliations. So there is a whole bunch of things that are out there, and I want you to be aware of all these databases. Even if you were not aware of them before, maybe after this class you should be aware of them. Now, what can you do from these databases? Since you know that these databases exist, I would like you to go to at least 2 or 3 of them, search through them to know what type of information is available. And when you go for interviews, you can really talk to them in a very knowledgeable manner, in a very confident manner, saying that you know how to do prospecting. You know how to identify the set of people that you really want to focus upon. And that is how you will be able to make a positive difference in the real world. Okay, so there are a bunch of things that you can do. Now, let me quickly show you that one another thing that I wanted to show you. Reference USA. And you can see that this is another database, and often the public libraries, especially the one in Wayne County where Wooster, Ohio is located, they have subscribed to this particular database, and you can find a lot of information here as well. In fact, you can find where they are located, how many houses do they own, how big is their house. You can find a lot of information about your customers from this type of databases. Okay, so these are the things you need to be aware of, and in the next video clip we will continue talking about some of the other components that are very important in the context of prospecting and qualifying.